Jesus. Have you seen this?
What? Oh dear. That's telling the truth though, isn't it?
Well, it sort of is. Oh, hi everybody. Welcome to the KaK M Show. Have you heard the birds? Can you hear the birds?
No.
They're saying again, welcome to the KaK M Show, everybody. We love you. It's unconditional. So anyway, we've been doing a series of videos.
Have we?
Yeah. About what Creator wants. We don't want to carry on about this forever. But we realise that you're God, he's God, I'm God, we're all God. Everything is actually one organism, isn't it? Everything is connected. And how often have you heard this through spiritual teachings? And we're not talking about the Bibles and stuff. There's actually a Bible in the back there. Can you pronounce that? O-A-H-S-P-E. Apparently it was Child Bible. And in the Voices of the Confederation, I mention it quite a few times. Very, very interesting information. If you want to hear more of this information, we've not done a series of videos about this, but the editor keeps putting little quotations at the end of our videos in order to stimulate your thoughts. So we'll call this a final video on what Creator wants.
Maybe.
Maybe. And what does Creator want?
Nothing!
Absolutely zilch. Nothing whatsoever. Many thanks to Neil Donald Walsh. So we're just going to finish off a few things. Oh, by the way, do you know only now exists? And I've drawn...
Can you possibly explain that?
Yes, from 0 point. I've actually written it down. You might want to pause the video if you can understand my writing there. Can you see that? So you have, if you pause the video and you'll see it, past, past, future, future. So only now exists. But if this is in 2 dimensions, which for all you people that like flat things, that's 2 dimensions, it's flat. You bend it round like that, it becomes 3 dimensions, can you see? And that's physical reality moving into 4th dimension, and then it's not there at all. So past, 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 present, past, future, past, present, past, present, 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 future, future, past, future, present, future, future. They're all, not one repeats itself, but it's all the same time, and only now exists from 0 point. Hi, 0.
I think you got the point.
So we've got a little bit here from where we were last time.
What are we doing in London anyway?
Thought it'd be a nice day out.
Alright.
Although we seem to be out of town, and where's that bus off to? Hammersmith Broadway, from Fulham, Chelsea, Victoria, Charing, Fleet Street Bank. It's a number 11. There's only the driver on it. So, here we go with, this will be 5 point, it'll be what does Creator really want? 5.2. I think this will be round about the final episode. So
Or 7.
Or 7, yeah. Humans will understand that Creator is not a male, nor is Creator a female, but the Creator has no gender at all. How about that?
Well, it would make sense.
Well, when you're not in a physical body, when you just become the mind-body-spirit complex that's metaphysical, you don't need sex. You can think about it. You can on the 6th dimension. That's very interesting. Because the idea of Creator as a male being will be rejected as simplistic and inaccurate, humans will also understand that men are not superior to women in any way. That's correct. We're all equal. Men are not superior to women. The thought that Creator wants men and women to have limited roles in life will be abandoned in favour of a thought of complete equality for women and men, and everything. Indeed, with regard to all people everywhere, of whatever race, creed, gender, age or sexual persuasion, the lack of superiority and the absolute equality of individuals will be the only thought that there is.
Or totty.
Yes. That's quite funny. There's another bit in the book that is, what's the point of having a Creator? So we can have creation. Also a message here. If you know how all the metaphysics, even Seth spoke about, and the Confederation of Planets in service of the Infinite Creator, say that if you meditate, if you go inside, you'll find all knowledge, all knowing. And this is your heritage, apparently. So there's a statement in the book by Creator, and it said if you do not go within, you go without. There's also another little bit here. Just bear with me a second. Caution is empowering, fear is paralysing. Everything is a vibration. Now, we talked about this before, haven't we? Quantum physics and superstring theory, and now the latest articulation of this, called M theory, tell us that everything in existence is connected, is composed not of points or dots of energy, but of smaller than minuscule circular strings. Circular strings, the microcosm and the macrocosm, everything is spherical, apparently, that vibrate constantly at different rates. Like I said about light does not have a speed nor travel. It is repeated wavefield to wavefield in cycles of 9 octaves in this particular system.
Yeah, but we're brainwashed into thinking that it does have a speed because I presume that they still do this, where you take your kids on the field at school, they stand one end and some kids stand the other end, and then they clap and they see how long it takes for them to see the clap.
That's the vibration of sound.
Yeah.
It takes time, well, the illusion of time to travel through.
But by doing that,
But it's a frequency like this that comes across you from the clap, like that,
Yeah.
and then into your ears.
but of course they'll then say, and that's why we know that the speed of light is whatever made up number they come up with.
Yeah, interesting. Do you know, we were talking about Professor Brian Cox, and you screwed your face up earlier, didn't you?
Yeah, he's a liar.
Well, is he being forced to lie? Because it's not quite, he probably got it right, but literally the brain laundries, the universities and stuff where he lectures at, and the BBC, I think, would sack him.
And sadly, when you do go to the brain laundry, it does reprogram you. Just look at a certain friend of yours.
Which one?
The one that went to be a archaeologist, and so he's got to toe the party line, tell it how it's supposed to be.
You go back to academy and you have to abide by the laws of academy. They tell you one thing and you have to repeat it.
Yeah.
You go against the grain of conventionality, and they strike you off and they don't want to see you anymore. Do you know there's only been one thing missing from your understanding of Creator?
No.
You. That's right. You.
And of course, let's not forget. Now this is something slightly off topic here, but also very in your face, because we're used to calling each other, and you say, "Oh, it's you." What else is you?
Do you know, I was at the pizza place. What else is you? Everything else.
No. A lamb is you. So they're basically saying you are lambs to the slaughter. You.
Oh, this is the way certain Christianity portions of it sort of tell you. What did it say on that thing at the beginning? Don't repeat it. Oh. Yeah?
Well,
come unto me, and you will. So, you have been what's missing, but you're not missing anymore. That's what I wanted to do. Once you were lost, but now you are found. Where have I heard that before? You have found yourself in Creator, and you have found Creator in yourself. Creator is one being, or seen in another way, Creator is one being. When I first met this fella years ago, I remember you saying to me, I like to think of myself.
You says, what do you consider yourself?
Yeah, and you said I consider myself as being, and I thought, okay, I'm probably going to be friends with this man.
No, you thought he's crazy.
He thinks I'm crazy.
What do you think?
So, here we go again. Creator is one being, or seen in another way, Creator is one being. And we're all being, aren't we? Look, a little squirrel. When we start talking about metaphysics, all the life starts to come, and it's up like this, and it's listening.
Yeah, it's like one of those meerkats.
It's like it knows.
It looks very
Every time we make these videos, all the beautiful nature comes in to have a look at us, don't they? Even his wife, when we were talking once, he got all these creatures come to land on her skin. They were beautiful. I've never seen anything like them.
That was in that old graveyard.
Pete's place, if you remember, Jonathan. So, and what is Creator being? Creator is being what Creator is. Think on this. Ponder these things deeply in your heart. Now understanding expands. Suddenly it's clear that what Creator is being is what Creator is. The being and the isness are the same. Creator is being what Creator is, and Creator is what Creator is being. It's a circle. There is no beginning and no end to this. My father used to say this, there is no beginning or end. Well, that implies me as creator is finished.
But wait a minute, we got here from the Big Bang, didn't we?
That's what Brian Cox says. Professor Brian Cox, do you think he's been mistold in the brain laundries?
He's been told what he should say.
Stephen Hawking got it wrong, didn't he?
Yeah.
He's got it right now.
Hey, you could get some channeling now. Depending on which version you want.
Eric's channelled
whichever
Professor
one
Hawking,
died.
and his mum asked him, we've gone over this before, you know, did you get everything right in your theory of everything? And he went, no, everything's connected, we're all one being. So, there is no beginning and no end. Why should you look for a beginning and an end? Because you'll search in vain for that which is not. Yeah? It's not a waste of time looking for a beginning or end, isn't it?
Mm.
It's like in politics, you look for a beginning, it's called leader. And then you look for the ending, and it's called the next leader. And as we were saying earlier, it's just another one bastard leaves, I mean this in the nicest possible way, and then another bastard fills the same shoes. Mm. It's the same everywhere. Do you think Donald Trump is different to Obama or Bush?
Well,
same thing?
Eric channelled JFK, didn't he?
Mm.
And he asked him about
voting.
Yes. And what did he say?
Is it worth voting for any of these candidates? He said, well, look at it this way. Whoever you vote for just fills the previous occupant's shoes. There is no change.
And Benjamin Netanyahu, in one of an interview, said that he does what he does because if he didn't do it, just somebody else would step in and do it anyway.
That bit about Idi Amin that we're reading in...
that was very interesting. Did you know?
You'll like this.
Idi Amin served in the British Army and reached the rank of lieutenant.
Yeah, he did. He was a boxing champion as well.
79, I think it was.
But he was doing business with the Israelis and procuring arms, just like our governments are now. You've seen the way they treat Israelis. Donald Trump will wear the skull cap.
Yes.
Obama wore the skull cap.
Yes.
Right? Blair and Bush wore the skull cap.
And then went to
so did Prince Charlie.
And Cameron. They've all done it because they're all in the same club.
I've heard the word Zionist before. But I don't think that applies to Rastafarianism, does it? Oh, this is amazing. Yeah.
Continue.
Do not look for a beginning or an end, because you'll search in vain for that which is not. There is only that which is. Is. And that's an information system of intelligentsia. There is only one creator. What creator is this? It is Adonai, Allah, Elohim, God, call them what you like. KaK and Mac and Mark and whatever you call me, or whatever the cat calls me, the cat. So I'm Meow, I'm also Woof, and when I'm playing the music too loud, you noisy bugger. I'm also Son, I'm Darling, and I guess all of you have been many other things as well as Yahweh and Rama and Vishnu. It's all of them. Now, the words start whittling away, don't they? Words are the least reliable form of communication, especially when you're talking about metaphysics. As the search for higher meaning advances, words do their best job by falling away. Creator is being what creator is. Creator is being what creator. Creator is being what creator is being. Creator is creation. And that's what you are. Not only are we all creators, we're actually all of the creation, not just in this world, but every infinite world that ever could exist. And it's mind-blowing.
Now, there was someone else in the thing that we were reading as well, wasn't there? Who was he? What was his name? Hitler.
Oh yeah, we found out he was actually Jewish. Both his mother and father were Jewish. And where they were all buried with their old Schnitzelgruber names, and he had it all destroyed, and then he leveled it all.
He made it bomb sites, practice bomb sites to destroy all the evidence of
where all his Jewish ancestors from both his parents' sides were. Oh yeah, Hitler was Jewish. Anyway, we're going to finish off on these videos now. It says here that it's true that the message presented here will come to the attention of many persons in positions of influence and visibility. Please share it if you like it, everybody. We want to try and get this message out that we're all gods, we're all creators, and it's about time that we came to the harmony,
including you,
and paradise on this planet that we put here. We put everything to help everything else, There's no survival of the fittest when you know that you're actually assisting your other self.
Just think about it. Everything that's on this planet, whether that's flat or globed or square or cubed or whatever you like.
Do you want another spherical addition, metaphysical spherical thing to fit?
Let's go for it.
I'll send you one by WhatsApp.
WhatsApp?
Yeah. Is it too astonishing a message not to make its way to people of high profile within government? Are you listening to us, government, police, courts, councils?
No, they don't listen to anything because they think they are the dictator, which they are, of course.
Businesses, media, entertainment, sports, academia, which we were talking about earlier, and religion. It's also true of these, a handful might find that they actually agree with our message, that we're all one.
Everything that we've talked about, though, is all their methods for divide and conquer. Like, well, I went to university, so I'm above you.
I'm not you, Mac. I'm not you. I'm Mac, not you.
I'm me.
Well, I'm not sorry to tell you, but they're all actually one. So the harm our governments are doing to us, they're doing to themselves.
But it's all governments. There is not one that I'm aware of good government. Because government, of course, is mind control. So therefore, how can you have a good mind controller?
When we've got a problem, what do we say? Oh. And if you remove one of those O's from good, what have you got?
Oh.
Yeah. A serious problem. Did you check that picture at the beginning, right?
Yes.
And that's what they're doing to our kids.
Oh, very
Yeah,
much.
you read the message. I'm not going to tell you where that mural is. Anyway, it says a handful may find that they actually agree with the message. I wonder if Theresa May and Donald Trump or Robert Runcie or Justin Welby, the Archbishop of Canterbury. I wonder if he wants to he'll agree that we're all one. So why are they buggering our children? Because they're buggering themselves, aren't they?
Yes.
Do you realise that?
But it's okay, because in their next incarnation, they'll come back and they'll be the ones being buggered. If it's still going on.
If it's their choice. Some people learn that way. Anyway, it says here, hardly any, however, will be able to admit it. That's governments and mind controllers and our councils and stuff.
120,000 people have died because of what we've done with the benefit system. I don't hear anything you're saying. You must be making it up. That just simply wouldn't happen.
Amber Rudd, do you realise that you've murdered many of others of yourself? Yeah? And the government, Theresa May, has put into poverty. And the paedophiles that she's covered up, you've done that to yourself. Do you realise that? Our servants. Prominent people of influence and power do not like to make too many other people uneasy. That's the problem with prominence. If you're married to your prominence, you are often divorced from your power. You shouldn't have power. Prominent people cannot therefore be expected to do much in a public way to activate the ideas with which they may agree if those ideas are unconventional. Some do, most do not.
So if they shouldn't have power, and of course they shouldn't have power, because if we're all equal and we're all the same anyway,
then they'd be serving themselves.
Yeah. So
do you realise that?
If we are equal, then what gives them the power, alleged power, to say that, oh, you've got to do this, you've got to do that? Because anyone telling you to do something that you don't want to do...
That's slavery.
Yes. You've got to have a licence to drive a car. Okay. Where does it say that? Oh, in a statute or an act. And what is a statute or an act? It's a rule. And who made that rule? The government did. But the government isn't a human being, it's a corporation.
Registered for profit.
So
that sells weapons to other countries.
How
mass destruction.
A non-living entity called government create bullshit rules that they expect you to obey? And if you don't, well, we'll lock you up, we'll fine you, we'll do anything we can to make you obey the dictatorship known as government.
So, KaK and Mac, is it time we governed ourselves? We'd do a better job, wouldn't we?
Definitely.
I'll carry on. This is really good. Just checking the time. Corruption comes in many forms, including corruption of the conscience of the mind.
Talk about drink driving. Look in there.
Are they drinking and driving?
Well, look at the guy. Oh, you can't see his hand, but when you can.
The driver of the car, he's got a pint in his hand.
No, it's champagne, I think. Oh, he might have just been holding it for the bride.
Looks like a wedding's going off.
Yeah. And they've all got fancy dress.
Can't hear the bells, though. The bells, the bells.
Won't be ringing anymore because Macron had the place burnt down.
So I'll just go over this again. Corruption comes in many forms, including corruption of the conscious, of the mind,
Proved.
and of the
Lovely.
will. It's the last of these that is the most devastating. Most corruption is not placed into the world by what people do, but what they do not do. To do nothing is to do everything. Says nothing. Saying nothing is saying yes.
So basically,
You've mentioned this before.
this is for them all out there. Well, not our lot, because our followers know what's going on. Our
other selves
yes.
that are awakened.
Saying nothing is agreeing. So when you see the shit going on, wherever you get your information from, and you do nothing about it, say nothing about it, you're saying, I agree with that. Yeah, that's good, that is. Blowing them innocent men, women and children up in Syria
For greed.
is good,
And
because I'm
profit.
saying nothing about it. Unlike us, I'm sure you
Every
are
single
saying stuff
day,
about it.
This man tries to wake people up from their
And
slumber.
I'm sure, and because the way this has changed in the last 20 years since I started talking about this stuff, I couldn't go into a pub and talk about the stuff that we talked about.
People think you're crazy.
10, 15 years. Yeah, I've been walking down the road and there's a couple coming towards me, and the guy turns to the woman because he's seen my "Was 9/11 an inside job" shirt, and he goes, "Crazy thing is 9/11 was an inside job." Now it's common knowledge.
Yeah, it certainly is. And it's not a conspiracy theory because the evidence is there.
It's a
So
conspiracy.
It's no longer a theory. The evidence is there. Most corruption is not placed into the world by what people do, but what they do not do. No, it turns out, has to be spoken.
The most powerful word in the English language.
Saying nothing is saying yes. So you can say no.
Why do you think when you get stopped by the police, they say, you have the right to remain silent?
Thank you, I will.
You just broke it. This is why if you get interviewed and they ask you some questions and you go, no comment, you haven't remained silent, have you?
Yeah.
And you've built a case against yourself. Like when I was on the roof of Tom's, who I saw recently, actually, last week. Might even been this
How's he
week.
doing?
He's doing very well. He's got a
beard.
bit like you, actually. Does make him
good.
look about, 20 years younger, to be fair.
Hi, Tom.
But
Hi, Sue.
I never said that to him because I didn't want him to get all excited and, too happy.
He's a nice bloke.
Yes,
It's nice Tom Crawford is.
And Sue was with him
And
as well.
Sue, his lovely wife, yeah. Because it's difficult for people in prominent positions to say no to humanity's present ideas about creator and about life and creation, new leadership will have to be found if new ideas to reach a larger number of people for their consideration and exploration. So we've come up with the idea that we're all God.
Who did? You did.
Everybody's
You
come
sure you
up
didn't
with-
just read it and then decide that must be true?
No, I desired to know who I was in relation. Looking in the mirror
Is
years
desire
ago.
strong then?
Desire was extremely strong. I was living in Egypt, looking in the mirror. Who are you? What are you? Why are you here? What do you want?
So how can our subscribers use desire to aid themselves in anything they require?
If you thank Creator for what you've gotten in the future, don't beg or pray for something which you haven't got in the future. Thank Creator for what you have in the future. Thank Creator for that beautiful villa you have and your beautiful family and the wonderful friends and the abundance of all that is, all that you will ever love.
That you already have.
I'd just like to say thank you, Creator. We thank you both sincerely for the abundance of everything that we have in the future. Because we would give it all away to those who don't have.
Bearing in mind that the future is now.
This is why we're going to put a GoFundMe page up with the help of Callum. Thanks, Callum. Over the next few weeks, because we've come up with this idea of a farm or a series of farms around the planet which could actually cure everybody. Oh, sorry, can't say that. Which would alleviate everybody of every nasty disease that you can imagine, including cancer.
Now, as we were speaking to someone earlier, and it was on about Portugal, where it's legal to. Well, all drugs are legal now. There are no illegal drugs.
Portugal
Although,
legalised all drugs.
if it was down to me, I'd make all pharmaceuticals illegal because they are bad.
We've got of pharmaceuticals, they're chemicals.
Yes.
It's a different kind of plant, that is. It's a chimney.
Yeah.
And that's owned by David Rockefeller, come up with that idea. Okay, the first qualification for becoming one of these new leaders is willpower. Humanity must regain its collective will, and new leaders will show it the way by leading the way. It says that's where you come in. You did say you, didn't you? Somebody says to me at the pizza place the other day, I ordered my pizza, and he said, "What is your name?" And instead of saying, what is not my name? And then they follow it with, who are you? And I said, correct, who did you think I was? I looked at his badge and I said,
whatever his name was.
your name? He said, yeah. I said, Adam. You've heard of Saddam? Adam. So now every time I go past the pizza place, yo, Adam! A pizza for Adam! How are you, Adam? I'm fine, thank you very much, they say.
Is this guy Egyptian? It's just you were doing it in an Egyptian accent.
I don't think he is. That car's got no number plate on.
That's the second one, approved one that's gone by again.
Maybe they've got a dealership.
Ah.
So it's almost 30 minutes, so we've got 2 minutes, 36 seconds left.
5, 4, 3, 2.
Please consider the possibility that you brought yourself to this healing message at this moment in an answer to call from your own soul. It is a call to soar. It is a feeling of yearning from deep within you to make a difference in a world of indifference.
Always recall that you came knowing what you were going to do to change the planet, to change the universe. All you've got to do now is follow through on the plan that you signed up to when you first came here, knowing you were going to have to do it. And it was not going to be easy unless you made it easy, which you have the ability to do if you want to.
What an absolute harmonious paradise this planet Earth could become. Absolutely fantastic. We could re-educate the religions into realizing that, have you looked into what the information actually says? That Creator made itself, which is not male or female, in the form of itself, which is infinity. That's why we all look different, because if we all look the same and we'd all live to the veil of forgetting, we'd be like, well, it'd be boring, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
So the last bit in this book is, we have seen the sun set on the hopes of many, yet, as Ernest Hemingway so eloquently said, the sun also rises. Let us now sleep through the dawn. This is the time of the awakening of the entirety of humanity. We're all one. Shall we arise one by one and gently wake up another?
Oh, definitely. Or should that be, ooh, definitely?
I like that. We love you. How could we not? It's impossible.